Tommy Lee Jones is here. He won an Oscar for his work in The Fugitive. First There is In the Valley of Elah by Paul Haggis, the director. It also stars Charlize Theron and Susan Sarandon.
And the Oscar goes to Tommy Lee Jones.
The actor of Earth and the legend of space. Today we are going to talk about the legendary Tommy Lee Jones. We are going to talk about his life and we'll tell you why he had such a sad ending. So without any delay, let's get right into it. The chances of an alien invasion are low but not zero, and we can thank these low chances to the legendary Tommy Lee, or Agent K, as he is the mighty protector of Earth. He crashed on Mother Earth on the fateful evening of September 15, 1946, in the vast oil fields of Texas. He had a very eventful life, but before that, he had an inspiring life. His work was so good that it inspired several whole generations and inspired millions. As we all know, Jones's rise to prominence in Hollywood was a journey by a series of mighty achievements that was both in front of and behind the camera. The thing is that his portrayal of Clay Shaw in Oliver Stone's film earned him his first Academy Award nomination in 1992, which ended up being proof of his early abilities as a supporting actor. But he didn't stop there, and throughout the years Jones has been successful in demonstrating his skills when he transitioned between genres. He was so versatile that whether it be starring alongside Will Smith in blockbuster action flicks or diving into the depths of television drama, he nailed it all. But as most people think that he was only worth much as an actor, then we would like to tell you all that it is completely wrong. He was a talented actor, but more than that, he was a great director as well. It is true indeed that there is not much work in his direction, but it is a fact that whatever he worked on turned out to be a success. He made a significant impact as a director when he worked on 3 films to date. His 2014 directorial experiment called The Homesman stands as proof of his legend as a talent that made the other directors cower in fear. You guys should know just how long he has been in the game. It was back in 1993 when he claimed his first Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor for his role in The Fugitive. This win is more than several decades old, but it still acts as a shining diamond in his crown of achievements. The reason why he is such a great influence on the entertainment industry is his loyal fan base, which is composed of more than one generation. The reason is that the first generation worshipped him due to his impact on cinematic history, but the current generation became his fan due to his iconic roles in blockbuster hits like Men in Black. But if we give his majestic career a break and talk about his personal life, then we see that he is just like the rest of us with quite a humane life. Jones's personal life remained relatively private, as the most we know is that he was born in San Saba, where he was raised in not-so-welcoming home. It was a well-known fact in the industry, and Jones talked about it himself as well, that his parents did not lead a very ideal married life as their relationship was very bad, and he had to sleep under a roof as a kid, knowing that he was living with a couple that hated each other. But maybe that was the fire that burned inside him that made him commit to a cause and a passion to change his life. He had an early education at St. Mark's School of Texas that provided him with a solid foundation and ended up setting him on the path to success. He became fluent in both English and Spanish, and with this, Jones's linguistic skills would prove invaluable in his later pursuits, which also included his struggle as an actor. But beyond his professional achievements, Jones took a lot of pride in his Cherokee roots, which was a heritage that held deep significance for him. Tommy Lee Jones's time in school was not like everyone's else. When everyone around him was being silly and acting their age, Jones was out there learning about the nature of life, and he was trying to figure out the formula of success. His journey through high school and college not only shaped his academic and athletic future, but also laid the groundwork for his bright future as an actor. His time at St. Mark's School of Texas was full of a burning passion for both the stage and the field, as he excelled not only in his studies, but also in extracurricular activities. But things started to get serious when Jones's interest in acting preceded his collegiate years. This was pretty evident because of his involvement in his high school's production called A Man for All Seasons, where he took on the lead role. This early exposure to drama ended up lighting a flame of passion that burned so hot and so bright that all the other stars around him looked like mere pebbles in front of a supernova. While details about his specific sports activities during high school are not extensively documented, his later achievements in football at Harvard University suggested that he had a strong attachment to athletics during his teenage years. But beyond his academic and athletic pursuits, there is another thing that made Jones into the legend that we know today. Jones's upbringing in Texas played a central and decisive role in shaping his identity. His deep connection to his Texan heritage was pretty clear, as he used to talk about it in his interviews all the time. He enjoyed talking about the time when he had to work in the hellhole of Texas as a kid called the oil fields, where he worked at minimum wage. But you guys don't have to worry. All that child labor and everything is gone now. He used to love traditional Texan activities like rodeo events, and he told everyone that just how much he loved participating in all of them. Jones continued to excel both academically and athletically, even after matriculating to Harvard University. His involvement in the college's freshman football team ended up being the banner of his commitment and skill on the field, and he became a college celebrity after his performance in the memorable 1968 Harvard-Yale football game. But even with all of that, Jones's college years were not solely defined by his athletic pursuits. His performances in Harvard's theater scene allowed him to further polish his passion for acting. He didn't stop there and ended up participating in productions such as Everyman and Coriolanus, where he swept the audience off their feet. The thing is that most people don't know that Jones was a man with several talents, and it was his preference to acting that made him pursue it. Jones's interest in the arts extended beyond the stage, as we know that he was a prominent member of the Signet Society, which was a prestigious group that was dedicated to literature and the arts at Harvard. We would like to tell you that his academic pursuits were filled with literature, and all of that culminated in his senior thesis that explored the writings of Flannery O'Connor and the influence of Catholicism on her work. Now that he had graduated from Harvard in the year of 1969, he knew that he had to do something, and he had it pretty easy, as he was already proficient in several skills. He decided to pick acting, and with that in his mind, he went on his journey towards his acting career. It wasn't even that long that he had already made his film debut in Love Story the following year. His rapid success in securing roles that include but are not limited to a Broadway show just 10 days after moving to New York City. This was such a great deal for a newcomer to arrive in Hollywood and completely dominate the industry. That was the skill of Jones. That was the might of Jones. That was the talent of Jimmy Lee Jones. Right after he had established himself as a great actor and a man with character and potential, people started to consider him as a lottery ticket. They thought that whatever he touched would become gold. And in reality, it was true. Everything he became a part of became an instant hit, and every work he did became a sensation. He played in movies like JFK in 1991, where he won the Best Performance by an Actor in a Supporting Role, and then in the Fugitive movie, he won Best Performance by an Actor in a Supporting Role award in 1993. He continued his rise, and it was a rise like none other, where he proceeded to win Best Performance by an Actor in a Leading Role in the movie In the Valley of Elah in 2007. And finally, he won another Best Performance by an Actor in a Supporting Role in the Lincoln movie in 2012. He played such legendary roles in more than 85 movies, and in all of his movies, he won everyone's heart. By the first few movies, he was already recognized as a man with influence so vast that with a single word, he could change the trajectory of Hollywood. That was the lore of the man named Tommy Lee Jones. Tommy Lee Jones was always popular for his openness and his out-of-the-box collaborations. These collaborations not only helped him, but also helped the other person 100-fold. That is the case for another brilliant actor called Samuel L. Jackson. Their collaboration extends beyond mere professional courtesy, as it reflects a deep artistic relationship and mutual respect. Their partnership in projects like Rules of Engagement and The Sunset Limited highlights Tommy's deliberate admiration for Jackson's exceptional talent. Tommy took on the role of director for the TV movie The Sunset Limited, and specifically chose Samuel L. Jackson to act alongside him in 2011. This project was more than just a creative movie. It was proof of Tommy's profound respect for Jackson's abilities. The movie aired on HBO and received acclaim from both audiences and critics alike, and everyone loved the duo. Their working relationship isn't just confined to the screen. No, not at all. It extends into their personal and professional lives. Their seamless teamwork, which is evident in both Rules of Engagement and The Sunset Limited, proves their mutual understanding and mutual admiration. Did you guys know that Tommy holds Will Smith in high regard? And it was to the point that he recognizes him as one of the kindest and most friendly people he's ever worked with? Their collaboration in the Men in Black series is another example of their ability to work together effortlessly. And it was solely due to this fact that the franchise ended up being an immensely popular one and commercial success. The success of the Men in Black series not only solidified Tommy and Will Smith's status as action movie stars, but also showcased their ability to bring something special to the screen. Tommy's admiration for Smith's talent and professionalism emphasizes his ability to recognize and appreciate the contributions of his fellow actors. Tommy's straightforward nature that was combined with his keen eye for talent has contributed to successful collaborations in the film industry. His relationships with actors like Samuel L. Jackson and Will Smith go beyond professional courtesy and go as far as reflecting a genuine sense of mutual respect and artistic companionship. Tommy Lee Jones's magnetic personality and evergreen charm left a lasting impression on those around him, as evidenced by Eric Siegel's decision to draw inspiration from Tommy for a character in his book. This choice speaks volumes about Tommy's impact and influence on Siegel during their time at Harvard. Tommy is known for being both loving and tough, with a strong personality that has occasionally caused some minor friction in his personal and professional relationships. His first marriage to the beautiful actress and writer Catherine Larder lasted 7 whole years. They were married from 1971 to 1978, but despite their eventual divorce, Tommy's readiness to settle down made him find another partner again in 1981, which led to him straight towards Kimberly Chloe. It was with her that he shared a lasting relationship. Together they welcomed 2 children whom they named Austin and Victoria, and their marriage lasted nearly 2 decades before coming to an end in 1996. It seemed like there was a curse in Tommy's life, as his parents never got along, and it seemed like he was not going to settle down for good either. But he gave love a final chance when Tommy's romantic journey took another turn when met Donya Laurel. She was a talented photographer with whom he formed a deep connection. They took their time getting to know each other before tying the knot in 2001. Their marriage has proven to be enduring, surpassing Tommy's previous unions and nearing the significant milestone of 20 years. While Tommy's personal life has seen its share of ups and downs, his professional relationships have also been notable, sometimes even chaotic. It seems like working with fellow actors like Jim Carrey and Batman Forever presented its own set of difficulties. Tommy's straightforward demeanor and struggle to embrace his comedic role alongside Carrey led to tension on set. Carrey recounted an incident where Tommy expressed his dislike bluntly and went as far as revealing the clash of personalities. This candid approach extends beyond his interactions with fellow actors. Tommy has had contentious encounters with journalists, and as he is unafraid to speak his mind and express disdain for certain lines of questioning, he automatically becomes the worst possible match for journalists. His honesty is sometimes rough, but well, that's who Tommy Lee Jones is, the one we love and admire. Even with all of these challenges, Tommy maintains deep admiration and respect for certain colleagues, such as Samuel L. Jackson and Will Smith. His professional collaborations with Jackson, as we told you before, demonstrate a mutual appreciation and company that transcends mere professional obligation. Tommy Lee Jones's career, both behind and in front of the camera, left a significant mark on the film industry. With a total of 3 directorial works to his credit, including his latest work called The Homesman in 2014, Tommy has showcased his storytelling abilities and directorial vision. Each of his directorial projects has captured critical attention and demonstrated his ability to make a movie that will cause the whole world to go crazy. But as we all know, it's Tommy's acting career that has truly powered his legacy in Hollywood. His journey to Oscar recognition began in 1992 with his first nomination for Best Supporting Actor for his portrayal of Clay Shaw in Oliver Stone's JFK. This nomination was the first step towards a big milestone in Tommy's career that pushed him further into the spotlight. Tommy's skill in front of the camera continued to be recognized with many more awards that were placed on his feet. He became a sensation and remained the lottery ticket for as long as he continued his career. Throughout his career, we have seen Tommy show an unreal range as an actor. We saw him changing genres like clothes, but still drop the biggest hit in whatever he's a part of. He went from roles in political dramas like JFK and Lincoln to action-packed performances in movies like The Fugitive. He acted like a hero in one, and in the other movie we see him battling aliens and killing monsters. We see him defending Earth like the hero he is without damaging his suit in black, or should we say, a man in black. Beyond his acting honors, we saw Tommy's association with Boss Coffee has significantly elevated his fame, particularly in Japan, where he enjoys exceptional popularity. We see that his role as the face of the brand has significantly boosted his recognition in the country, further solidifying his status as a global icon ever since 2006. Tommy Lee Jones is now a 74-year-old living legend with a total net worth of more than $100 million. But even with all of that fame and glory, he has seen too much sadness in his life, whether it be working in an oil field or having work problems. His divorces were a major setback in his career, but still, he prevailed and conquered and showed us some of the best fictions of all time. Because of all that, we can see that his legacy as a legendary actor and director will never fade out, no matter how hard his life gets. Life gets.